Hi everyone. Yeah, let's have a look at this log question. So it says solve this equation. We've got it in here. Now before we solve it, we've got this 1 which we want to make similar to log to the base 2. Now you should know that one of the rules of log is if you got log to the base a and then you put this to a, this is equal to 1, because this, if you put it to the power of 1, okay, now I'll give you 1. That's the power there from here. Okay, that's a common rule that you should know in logs. So using this rule, I'm going to replace this. So I'm going to rewrite this as log to the base 2 of 8x equals, now I'm going to replace 1 with log to the base 2 of 2. So that's going to be log to the base 2 of 2. Remember that when these two are the same, the base and this number is the same, then it is equal to 1. Okay, minus log to the base 2 of this bracket 1 minus x. Now the reason why I've done this, now we can use one of our other laws of logs, where when you're subtracting, you actually divide this number, okay, this bracket, by this. So when you're minusing, so let me just remind you that if you got something like this, log a minus log b, this can be written as log a over b. Okay, you can put it together like that. So now I'm going to write this as log to 8x equals, and note you can't just cancel the logs out. That's a big misconception. I'll get some time, I'll explain why that is, but you can't just cancel those out. You have to use these laws, and then when you got log as a multiple of something, then you can cancel them, which we're going to try and establish here. So this will be log to the base 2, open bracket, 2 over 1 minus x, close bracket. Now these are just log to the base 2, log to the base 2, and these are in brackets. Okay, there's no and they're multiples, there's no add or subtract. Now you can go on to just cancel that. Okay, so make sure you know that you can't just, because logs are dealing with powers. Logs are just dealing with powers. You can't just say what would be an example, you can't just say 5 squared equals 3 squared plus 4 squared, which is correct. Okay, so that's 9, that's 16. 9 plus 16 is 25, which is 5 squared. Now you can't just square root everything here by saying 5 is equal to 3 plus 4. That is wrong. Okay, you can't just do that. You need to be careful. What you need to do is put all this in one bracket together, and then you can square root it. Okay, so just be careful, because logs are dealing with powers. So I hope I haven't confused you there. You must put them in terms of whole bracket and use the log rules to do that. So once you got rid of that, that will give you 8x equals 2 over 1 minus x. Okay, now I'm going to times that up over there, so that's going to give me 8x 1 minus x equals 2, and then if I expand that out, I'll get 8x minus 8x squared equals 2. Bring everything to one side, so that becomes a plus, that becomes a minus, and that stays as a positive because I brought everything to the right hand side. That's equals 0. Doesn't matter if you write it to that. I prefer to write the expression here and then the 0 on the right hand side. Now you divide everything by 2. Now you can solve this straight from your calculator anyway, so I'm just doing this. It's nice to do it if you can, then if you factorize that, but you're not going to get any extra marks. So if you want to just do it in your calculator, it's not a problem. Minus 1, so you've got a double root, So 2x equals 1 and x equals a half. Okay, so yeah, that is your answer when you're solving this. Just stick with your log rules if you need to. As you're solving, just write your log rules down as it goes. Okay, just ignore that. That's just trying to explain why you need to put it all as a product. Okay, hope that helps.